Hello, I'm Colin Sullivan.
And I'm Lindsay Mills.
And this is Almost Live, a weekly show designed to give you the who's who and what's what of Telluride and Mountain Village.
On this week's episode, we'll be joined by Telluride Theater's Kat Lee Covert and Sasha Sullivan to talk about this week's opening of Since I Dreamed. And then we'll chat with singer and songwriter William Boxcar Smethurst.
I'm going to be joined by Catherine Warren for her Warren Commission on the local music and entertainment scene. We're going to do some hip opening asanas on Yoga with Barbara, and then the wine geek food freak, Mr. Patrick Legans, is going to do a lovely penne dish for us.
Then we'll have an all-new mobility warm-up with Fuel Up from Fuel Telluride, and then we'll look at a device advice from Wilkinson Public Library.
We're going to check out another Telluride truffle. This time it's the Early Frost, and then we're going to see some profile pieces from local businesses, the Telluride Music Store and the AHA School for the Arts.
But now, over to Colin and Catherine for this week's Warren Commission.
And here we are with Miss Catherine Warren in her Warren Commission.
Hello, Colin.
Hello, Catherine. If you look in the Warren Commission snow cam right now, it's up to here.
Yes.
There's so much snow and so many things to do.
I keep taking selfies to send to my family on the East Coast. I'm like, look at how tall these snow piles
And people on the East Coast, because we're both from the East, so I have people on the East Coast who are just complaining about the snow out there.
Yeah. Cry us a river.
Cry us a river.
The rivers are going to be really high this summer, so cry us a river in June.
Nice ref.
Yeah.
Talk to me about some events that's happening, Catherine Warren.
All sorts of events happening this weekend. It's sort of that final push to the finale of
that's right,
season.
Yeah.
We've got just about 4 weeks left from this weekend. On Friday night, Acoustifunk plays at the Phoenix Bean at 6 p.m. And then later on Friday, a great band out of Durango named Eldergrown. They're kind of a funk rock fusion. They play some great hip-hop covers from Durango. They're super fun.
That's Colorado music is what you just say about that, yeah.
So that's at the Liberty Friday, and it opened earlier this week. It runs this weekend and into next weekend. An original production from Telluride Theater called Since I Dreamed.
Yeah, Since I Dreamed. The only thing I'm going to say about that is there's only 40 seats a night, kids. So if you go on TellurideTheater.org, you can get your tickets. Please reserve now. Even if you're a member or sponsor and you just get comp tickets, please reserve now. I'm going to be sitting down later in the show to talk to Sasha and Kat from that production.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I know nothing about the show, and that's how I like it with your original shows.
It's insane.
On Saturday night, or Saturday day actually, Wagner Custom Skis host their third annual second Saturday block party of the winter. It's from 3 to 5, if I didn't already say that. And the A.J. Fullerton Band is playing. Mm-hmm. So that'll be super fun, bubbly snacks, food from Village Table.
And that's up in Mountain Village, on the other side of the pond, right? Where the new Wagner factory is?
They're calling it, it's Village Pond Court, Village Center. That's all you need to know. Just follow the sound of A.J. Fullerton's blues guitar playing. Speaking of blues, later on Saturday night, North Mississippi All-Stars play at 9 p.m. at the Sheridan Opera House.
Yes.
My favorite.
Is it sold out?
It's about to be. It will probably be sold out by the time people are watching this.
Probably.
Yeah. Fun fact, the first band I ever interviewed in high school from a high school newspaper was North Mississippi All-Stars.
Amazing.
I need to dig up that interview
They were,
that literally started this.
They were just starting.
Path.
Well, I'm sure you also blew their career up when you interviewed them.
Oh, totally. That coverage they got in El Diablo, the Durango High School
A Tiny Warren doing a Tiny Warren commission?
Yeah. They were playing at my mom's radio station, and my mom kindly was like, will you guys talk to my daughter? And I was just like, so tell me about how you started. I was so nervous.
They're great guys. Yeah. Go see them.
If you don't make it to North Mississippi All-Stars, there is a CD release party for a fabulous folk singer-songwriter named Lizzie Plotkin. That's at the Liberty at 9 p.m. on Saturday. And then looking into next week, Tuesday, Kenny Goldman plays his jazz piano at the Phoenix Bean at 6 p.m. On Wednesday is open mic night at 8 p.m. at the Liberty. Telluride Gold Kings is at 6 p.m. at the Phoenix Bean. And then next Thursday, the 14th, I believe that is, Tom Nading and Claybrook Penn play at the Old Bar, the Sheridan Old Bar.
And they're two members of Chrome Velvet?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're part of this crew of Telluride musicians that totally rocks. We're so lucky to have them here, and they do different configurations. There used to be the Great Frontier, now Chrome Velvet, Cottonwood Trio, Tom's and that. So it's a revolving door of fabulous musicians. But Tom and Claybrook are next Thursday at the Old Bar. And that's about it for now.
That's about it. But Catherine, if we wanted to know a little bit more about any of these musicians or new music coming to town, where would we read an article about it that was written by you?
You'd pick up the Watch newspaper out every Thursday, and it's free on newsstands throughout town.
That's the Warren Commission.
The Warren Commission,
and then the
inspiration
beat sheet.
for this, and the beat sheet. So if I can't cover it in the Warren Commission, it's in the beat sheet for a full, it's a calendar listing of all music events in the region.
Catherine Warren, what would we do without you?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Sit at home and be bored.
And watch the new Michael Jackson doc. Oh no. Go out, see some music.
Yeah.
Don't watch that doc.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The Wine Geek Food Freak is coming up. He's going to do a lovely penne dish for you. We're going to feature another one of the Telluride truffles. And then I'm going to sit down with my collaborators for Since I Dreamed on Telluride Theater's upcoming original production, Sasha Sullivan and Kat Lee Covert. Let's go to them.
Hi, I'm Patrick Legans. Welcome to another episode of Wine Geek Food Freak. Today I wanted to show you something super simple. It's called penne alla matriciana. It's from Amatrice, Lazio, Italy. We've made some beautiful tomato sauce earlier today. You can check it out on episode 4962. I'm kidding. So all I've done is heated up some extra virgin olive oil. I got some yellow onions. I'm going to put those in there. Turn it down just a little bit. I'm not trying to fry the onions, I'm just trying to get them kind of window pane clear. Incidentally, if you really want to make a matriciana right, you have to use San Marzano tomatoes. You can get those at our local Clark's Market, actually, a good sponsor of ours. So now my onions are just about perfect. You can see they're starting to become translucent. That means they're leaking all that flavor on the inside of the onion into that sauce itself. It's going to be nice and sweet. Now I'm going to take those whole red peppers. You can use crushed red pepper too, but I'm just like crushing it myself, you know. Matriciana is supposed to be a little spicy, so I like using, I don't know, 1.5, 2, depends on how many seeds are in there. All right, I'm gonna toss that around for a second. Now, all I have to do is add my beautiful red sauce that we already made. Now I'm just gonna take my penne pasta. I always use penne regatta. It has ridges in it, and that helps the sauce adhere to the pasta. Put that in there like that. Give it a little toss. All right, I'm gonna check my salt content. Nice and spicy. A little salt in there. A little sweet basil touch right here. That'll temper a little bit of that heat. This is a favorite of my kids. They love this pasta. Super simple. If you've already made the sauce, take you about 5 minutes to make, or as long as it takes you to boil pasta, that's it. Now remember, all you need is some good ingredients, a few minutes of your time, some care, and you can eat like me, Patrick Legans, the Wine Geek Food Freak.
Hi, I'm Patty Denny. I'm the founder and creator of Telluride Truffle. I would like to introduce you to the 14er, which is made up of 14 different truffles, each one representing mountain life. And today, I would like to talk about early frost.
I think just the bittersweet and the nice peppermint goes together real nice. It's got the pink luster dust on it. They hand paint that onto all of them.
The mint is so fresh and so brisk, kind of like walking on an early morning. It feels like that. It just is such a wonderful truffle, and you are really going to love early frost.
And that was the Telluride Truffles Early Frost. You can find that in the Telluride Truffle 14er pack. And now here I am with Kat Lee Covert and Sasha Sullivan of Telluride Theater.
Hi, Colin.
Hi, Sasha.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. It was like less than 8 hours that we were in a black box making a show. So you guys, I want to just jump right in with this. We've done about 10 years of original theater. We've never done a show like this.
Never.
The show is called Since I Dreamed. Sasha, can you and Kat talk a little bit about where this came from?
I have always wanted to write a dream show because I love the idea of dreaming and what we do when we're asleep, when we have these whole other worlds that we visit and no control over them or anything. And I've just been sort of mulling this idea for a couple years, and then just recently, 8 months ago, I was like, all right, it's time to do this. I called Kat and our designers, Lauren Metzger and Chris Kwasniewski, and just said, this is my idea. We're setting the whole show to an album from beginning to end. So it's a concept show. It's about dreams. It has music. It has dance. It has installation art. It has film. And the audience moves on a giant platform, which you built in the middle of the theater.
Myself and Dave Hodges. Shout out to Dave Hodges.
We love Dave. So it's a wild, crazy theater piece, like unlike anything we've ever done before.
Kat, can I ask you? You star in the show. You are the person dreaming, and then
I am.
and also you choreographed the full show. You have some fabulous dancers that you're working with, but of course you are in all the pieces as well. How has that gone with you, and how did that whole process sort of come about?
Well, originally I was just supposed to choreograph the show because we try not to stress ourselves out as much as possible. But you guys know, and as an artist, sometimes there are roles that you just know that you have to do. And that was one of them for me. So, choreographing it and being in it is very difficult and also easy at the same time because I already know everything that I've been teaching. But
it became apparent that Kat had to play this role like pretty early on when we were designing the show. That was like, all right, this role is Kat. So
it was either me or Kat. We look similar.
It was never you.
We had the same choreography.
We tried to keep you out of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I can count to 8, so it's pretty good. I probably could have choreographed a show. No, seriously though, why did it become apparent, Sasha?
The role requires a lot of physical activity. It's an hour long, so there was a lot of like physical activity that needed to happen in it, and a lot of emotional breadth and depth. So in looking at who could do this role, it was like Kat was like, me, and I was like, and then Lauren and Chris were like, no, it's done. Like, this is we need that person to do this. So yeah.
And you keep mentioning these two people, which people may or may not know because they haven't really worked with us before in this capacity. But Lauren Metzger and Chris Kwasniewski are both local artists and designers. Mm-hmm. Lauren's been here for a long time. Chris has been here for maybe 5-6 years.
Yeah, and I really wanted to put an art piece in this, like a super art piece of like installation art and really cool costumes. Melissa Harris is doing costumes with us. Mm-hmm. And so Lauren and Chris are both two of our really dear friends, and I called them just to say, I know you've never done this, but this is my concept. And they were like, we've always wanted to do something like this, so here we are.
Yeah, and I think too, because each scene in the show is such a different feeling and a different place that we really needed to come at it from all angles in terms of art and movement and acting and all of the above.
And you've thrown something else into the show, which with another artist that you've collaborated with in the past, which is Alex Kalina, who's a filmmaker in New York, and he did Our Big Love 9 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago, right? He just did the one that was in Mountain Film, which was Marcellus Shale, and he came back for that, and so he's done film installations for this piece.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was really cool to work with him. We actually have, I think, 2 or 3 separate little films that play throughout, and I threw him another one last night that I was like, I think we need this thing, and he literally shot it and edited it in an hour. And then we played it when we ran it.
Yeah.
So.
We're one day from opening.
Yeah. So, Alex is an old dear friend of mine, and I just convinced him to come, and he's an incredible artist, an incredible filmmaker, and we're very lucky to have him on this. He goes with our vision and then makes it really, really special. I don't know anything about film, so working with him is really cool. Yeah.
And Kat, you're working with, all of us. So some of us are dancers, there may be movers or whatever who can do choreography, but you're also working with a core of dancers. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you've shaped that into the different pieces?
Well, I think we knew from the beginning of this process when Sasha and I spoke that dance was going to be a really heavy element. So I did need a specific group of people that were talented and focused dancers. So it's been really nice to have the three of them, Erica, Kelsey, and Molly, to really be able to take on everything that I could throw at them. Of course, everyone in the show are excellent movers, and everyone does dance in some capacity throughout the show, but to be able to have them do what I saw in my head as being necessary is really an incredible thing.
Great.
Yeah.
I guess we should also say Tommy Wentz, who's our lighting designer in many things, is doing this incredible lighting design, which requires him not to hit screens that film is on, but also to do these 4 areas. And can you just talk a little bit about how the show works? Because you did talk about it, this moving audience platform.
Yeah, so originally I wanted this to be a progressive theater piece that would move through different spaces, and then it became apparent that there was no space in Telluride that could accommodate that in terms of leaving sets and lighting and all of that.
You were thinking about people walking initially.
And it just was not possible. If anybody has a space like that, call me. Because I'd love to do one.
You guys got a warehouse in Telluride.
Yeah, seriously. So then I called you like in October and was like, hey, is there a way that we could build something that people could move around in? And so the idea is that we have 4 different stages, and each stage becomes probably 4 or 5 different worlds, and the audience sits on a platform. I liken it to a funhouse ride, or like being at Disney World.
Yeah,
that you sit in this
It
platform.
does seem like that.
Yeah, and you move not fast. It's very slow. We have
The
4
Small World theme plays from Disney.
Totally.
Yes.
No,
No,
I'm
it
just
doesn't.
kidding.
But we have 4 really competent platform movers who take care of the audience. It's wild.
It's like Roman slaves.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's like Morgan horses in like
no,
in
it's
old
like
New England?
lovely people who volunteer for us who.
Lovely volunteers who are pushing an audience platform with 8,000 pounds on it.
But they get to watch a good show.
We
Totally.
do every night.
So they move the audience throughout, and it's not like you're moving really fast, or it's just like one scene happens and then it's a slow move to the next scene. I mean, a week ago we were like, is this really going to work? And now it's working, and it's really, really cool.
So that's really exciting, and I wish that we could stay and talk about this, but we all have to get back to doing things for the show.
We have to go paint.
So I do want to ask you one last thing, which is, how is it that we get tickets? And I also want to stress this: the audience only has like 40 reserved seats a night. So some of them are already sold out, I guess, but you can get tickets on the website, right?
Yeah, if you go to telluridetheater.org, go to our season page and you can buy tickets. Again, it's very limited seating, and we are stressing that we are starting right at time. So if you're late,
yes,
don't be late.
Not a Telluride time situation.
We have to start on time.
You can't run and jump onto it. It
So
ain't a
come
streetcar,
early,
folks.
come hang out with us, come see this wild show that we created for you. Telluridetheater.org.
Guys, Sasha Sullivan, Catley Covert, they're way more talented.
Colin Sullivan.
Thank you. We're going to head over to some profile pieces on some of our local businesses, the Telluride Music Store and the AHA School for the Arts.
I'm Tom Nading. I'm so excited to be one of the new owners of Telluride Music Company. After working for 6.5 years in the shop, myself and a business partner bought the business from the former owners who had owned it for 20 years. Telluride's been really good to me, and the Telluride community's really allowed me to make this a special sort of opportunity. We sell acoustic guitars, that's really what we're all about. And we do a lot of other instruments as well, violin, mandolin, and banjo, but guitar is our focus. And in addition to that, we sell CDs. We've just pushed into vinyl. We're committed to inspiring and pushing and cultivating the music scene in town. We're doing a lot of night events and bringing in a number of local musicians and musicians from all over the country, and in some cases the world. And we also have a vigorous lesson program. We do everything from really advanced music theory lessons to just a beginning ukulele lesson. Going forward, we're happy to be a part of the musical framework in Telluride, and I'm just excited to carry on a 25-year Telluride tradition and Telluride Music Company. Whether you're a musician, a music lover, or someone who's just maybe interested in getting started, please stop by and see us. Hope to see you in the shop.
Art connects us with the human spirit. Art is freedom, art enriches us, art matters.
AHA is the sound of insight and discovery. People come to the AHA school and have AHA moments where they discover something new about themselves and about their work.
When we provide aha moments for our students here, we're providing them a venue for discovering something for the first time or discovering something in a new light.
The AHA School for the Arts is a dynamic creative center in Telluride, Colorado. We've been in existence for 25 years and we offer classes for both children and adults in all the creative arts. One of our key programs is the American Academy of Bookbinding. It's been in existence since 1993 and students come from all over the world to study the fine craft and art of bookbinding, bookmaking, conservation, and related subjects.
Our adult AHA program is open to all experience levels, with classes ranging from 2 hours to 2 weeks long. We have classes in everything from plein air painting to ceramics to jewelry making to car maintenance. Our Visiting Artist program brings celebrated artists from around the country to come teach at AHA. These classes allow students to refine their skills, hone their craft, and find their own creative voice.
In addition to our adult programming, we also have a huge variety of programs for kids. What AHA really specializes in is offering kids things that they don't normally experience already in school or at home. Children are natural artists, and that's really what we're trying to embrace here. Most important, though, is that kids have a lot of fun.
In addition to classes, the AHA School offers a wide array of exhibitions, events, and lectures throughout the year. These are open to the public and usually free.
Our biggest fundraising event of the year takes place every summer in July. It's the AHA Art Auction. It raises money for the school's many programs and is a fun, exciting, and fabulous event. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced artist, the AHA School has something for everyone.
We hope you enjoyed that profile piece on AHA School for the Arts. Speaking of the arts, we have an artist in studio today, William Boxcar Smethurst.
Hello, how are you?
Great, thank you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming in.
I love that middle name, Boxcar
Boxcar,
Smethurst.
yes. It's your moniker now.
It is my moniker, whether I like it or not.
Yes.
It has legs. So.
Yes. So we love to talk about how you got to Telluride, what brought you here in the first place, and a bit about your story.
Gosh, how much time do we have? No, a little bit. I just came here, actually, my cousin Peter Cabot many years ago came here as a carpenter.
I see.
My brother followed him. Mm-hmm. And then I followed suit, particularly on his couch.
I see.
And then he was like, you gotta find your own place. So I found my own place, and here I am, fashioning a living from music and fishing. So.
Fantastic. So your background is in music.
Yeah.
And you studied music.
I did.
Back in school. And tell us a bit about how you found music in Telluride.
Well, in the old days, there was there was an open mic which helped kind of identify who was who. Mm-hmm. And there were some formative adventures there, playing with different people around town. Anyway, that was a fairly vibrant thing going on alongside great skiing in a mountain town. So it seemed a pretty idyllic way to pursue music. So that was kind of how things started. But being exposed to other great music events here in town, mm-hmm. bluegrass, jazz, really was an exposure and eye-opener for me as to the diverse amounts of things that I could see that I never would have seen mm-hmm. back in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
In a bigger city. So here I was able to kind of flop out of bed and see the greats right in front of me, right in Town Park.
Yeah.
Whether it be bluegrass stuff or jazz, like I said.
Interesting, got it. Yeah. So who do you find inspiration from most often when it comes to writing your own music?
You know, I'd drawn, I guess now, things as wide as my parents, probably their experiences with having raised me, now that I'm a father. Mm-hmm. But musically speaking, you know, I studied classical guitar, so I'd like to think that I've been influenced by stuff from Bach mm-hmm. to Spanish guitar mm-hmm. to blues. I've always loved, had an affinity for the rawness of that. So anyway, just being able to kind of pick and choose, but really I kind of, as much as I'd like to change and sound different, I really only sound like me at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. But I guess locally, I'm influenced by a lot of really good musicians around town too. I think that you know, if you were to shine a light on a lot of the local people around town, whether it be Niceness or you know, some of the other groups that play in the old days, mm-hmm. Tom Nading over with the music store. There's some really competent musicians around town here. you know, going back to the days when string cheese got started here, I was in awe of the musicianship going then, and I still am now. So I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and I get to see them come back all the time. And
Amazing. Yeah. Memories.
Fantastic. So singer and songwritership has been a core of your living since you've moved here, but also fishing. You alluded to that a little bit. Tell us a bit about guiding in the summer.
Well, that's I'm the fishing musician, for lack of a better term.
Yes, I like that.
Anyway, I've been doing that for a little while. Able to really call that a pretty good moneymaker during summertime months, and I'm fearful that now people may know my real name, as most people know me as Boxcar on the river as well as on the stage. So that's a pretty funny thing, but no, it's been really good to be able to call fishing as my livelihood. Frank and I got started really in our pool back in Georgia. We stocked our swimming pool. And,
those fish lasted long.
And the fish, well, the experiment lasted through the fall and the winter, and then in the spring it ended. But anyway, that love for fishing definitely bled over into pursuing trout out here.
Absolutely. So now, not only can we see you live, we can also go fishing with you.
Yes. Yep. Hire me now. Need
So with Telluride Outside.
Yeah, correct? Telluride Angler, Telluride Outside.
Great.
I've been with them since '98, on and off. So that gives away how long I've been here, but proud to be so.
That's a good amount of time to be here. Not only are you a singer-songwriter and fisherman, you're a father. You started a family here. 2 daughters, is that correct?
Yep. Elena and Emma, and my lovely wife Shannon. Who also joins me for music from time to time, which is a real treat. She's got a really lovely voice, and we do harmonies. And I play with some Montrose musicians as well. I'd like to give a shout out to the Brown Family Band.
Got it.
Wow, amazing people. And now in Montrose, where I live now, and I commute back and forth between there and Telluride. But down there's an intrinsic local music venue. Amazing.
Yeah.
So
it's getting very big.
If you get a chance, please get a chance to go down there and check it out.
So where can we find you around town? Not only at Intrinsic, but you play.
Well, Intrinsic, I'll be down in Montrose to hopefully play there soon. I have yet to break bread and officially play there, but here in Telluride at the Mountain Lodge, 4 to 7.
Got it,
Thursday.
at the View, yep.
Yep, and Saturdays at the Last Dollar, at the Buck.
At the Buck, fantastic. Well, definitely head over and check out Boxcar, either on the river or on the stage.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Thank you.
So
Come
much
on and
for
see
being
me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, William's been a part of our local community for a very long time, and Telluride TV tries to do the same. We're a public access channel that depends on public support. We would like to give a shout out to some of our biggest sponsors, the Town of Mountain Village, Case, and the Telluride Ski and Golf Company. But now, over to Fuel Up for a mobility warm-up.
Hi, I'm Becca.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are Team Fuel.
And this is Fuel Up. Today's segment is going to be a quick mobility-based warm-up, something designed to get you nice and warm and also open for the workout ahead. We're going to borrow a few things from yoga, some of which you may recognize. So our first exercise is something called a cat-cow. Becca's going to get into a tabletop position on all fours. This is a spinal movement, and we're focused on moving specifically through the thoracic spine, which is the mid-back. So she's going to exhale, round her spine, really trying to get movement into that spine, space between the vertebra, and then reverse as she inhales. And we're just going to repeat that sequence, and notice how her neck moves with her spine, keeping everything in alignment. I would say do this for about 30 seconds just to get your spine moving.
Wow, that feels really good.
I'm glad. So our next movement is going to be a side-lying spinal twist. So now this is, we just worked flexion and extension. We're going to work rotation at this point. So her top knee is bent, the other leg is straight out, and what she's going to do is maintain contact with the shoulder that's on the ground as she twists open using the arm as the hand opens up. There she goes. Thank you, Ralph. And she comes back. The focus here again is on the spine, not on the hips. So the hips stay locked in place as she moves her spine. For this exercise, 5 reps on each side, nice, slow, and controlled would be about perfect. Third move is another exercise we borrow from yoga called a runner's lunge. So Becca is going to take a staggered stance, both hands on the floor, and this is a nice stretch into her right hip as well as her left hip flexor. You're going to try to make that trailing leg as straight as possible. You might not be able to get it quite like she is, but as long as it's close, you're doing good. Now she's going to do another spinal twist, rotating with the right hand, opening up through the spine, and slowly coming back. 5 reps on each side would be perfect again for this exercise.
Ryan, if I can't keep my back leg strong and straight, would it be appropriate and still very effective if I drop my knee?
Yes, absolutely, it would still be effective. You're still getting the spinal rotation and plenty of stretch in that right hip. So our 4th and final exercise is something called an inchworm. So this exercise is great for the hamstrings and the calves. So Becca's standing with a shoulder width stance. Knees are soft just so they're not completely locked out. She's going to hinge at the hips until her hands meet the floor, and then walk her hands out to a push-up position. And from here, she's going to walk her feet back up into that pike position, and then slowly fold up, engaging the butt and hamstrings, so we're not just using our back. And I would say 5 to 6 of those walkouts is also about perfect.
All of that feels really good. Would I do this before my workout?
Yeah, that would be a great warm-up before a workout, but you could also serve as a cool down after a workout to help you flush some of that lactic acid and just enhance recovery.
Great, I think it's super effective.
Great.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Becca. And we'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Fuel Up.
Hi, my name's Gloria.
And my name's Hank, and you're watching Device Advice, brought to you by Wilkinson Public Library.
Today we are going to talk to you about our in-house device advice.
We're also going to talk to you about Canva, a free online design platform.
Are you looking for tech help with a real person? Come visit us at Wilkinson Public Library on Mondays at 1:30 p.m. Aaron Hollingsworth can help you get started.
What if I need help with my new smartphone?
Aaron can certainly help you with that.
What if I need help using my new iPad?
Aaron.
What if I need help with the apps?
Go visit Aaron. Remember, it's at 1:30 p.m. on Mondays at the library.
Do you need help designing a postcard for grandma? Or maybe a poster for your child's 5th birthday party? We at the library have found an exciting new resource that's free and it's super powerful, and it helps us design great looking products, and it's called Canva. That's spelled C-A-N-V-A. Either canva.com, or you can get the Canva app for your iOS or Android phone. They've got all kinds of great templates and graphics that are free to use to help you design your next project.
I really love using Canva. Hank, can you talk about some other great programs we have at the library?
I thought you'd never ask. If you're looking for more heavy-hitting design software, be sure to stop by the library and visit one of our creation stations, where you'll have access to Adobe Creative Cloud and all of those great and powerful design programs that come with it, like Illustrator, InDesign, and Photoshop.
Thanks, Hank, and thank you for tuning in to Device Advice, brought to you by Wilkinson Public Library.
Hello and welcome to this mini yoga series in beautiful Telluride, Colorado. My name is Barbara Glansnick, and today we'll be looking at some hip opening asanas that you can do at any time, especially if you have a desk job and you sit a lot. So this mini series is really designed to provide you with some easy stretches that you can do throughout the day, especially when you don't have a lot of time. And as always, I want you to focus on the breath, so we're going to inhale and exhale through the nose only. Also, really honor where you are today and move with great care. All right, let's get cracking. So I want you to come to your mat or just lie down on the floor, whatever is available. Lie down on your backs, extend your legs, and then bend both knees. Bring your heels outside, and your feet are a little wider than your hip, and we may have to wiggle around here a little bit. Okay, we're going to start with the right leg. So the right ankle is going to come right above the left knee. And again, I moved my left leg a little towards the midline here, just so you can feel your square in your hips. And to check that, just grab your hip bones and see what your pelvis is doing. And then just stay here. Allow the opening in the external rotation to come from deep within the hip joint. For some, this may be enough. If you want to go a little deeper, we're going to raise the left leg and bring the leg further towards the chest. Again, check in with your hips and then reach your arms through, and if you can, grab your shin. Take a deep inhale, lengthen the spine, tuck the chin, and then on your exhale, just press the leg towards your chest. Stay here. You can set your phone timer here for like 2 to 5 minutes to really get deep down into the hip. And then slowly release. And we're going to switch sides. So again, left ankle above the right knee. Stay here for a couple of minutes or at least 10 really deep breaths. As you want to move further, raise the right leg, grab your shin. On your exhale, bring the legs towards the chest. Again, set your phone timer here so you don't cheat. And try to stay here as long as you stayed on the other side. When you're ready, slowly release. Bring both legs down, place your knees together, take a couple of breaths, and then roll over to the right side. Push up to a seat, and take a couple of breaths here. So again, thank you very much for practicing with me. This is a great way to release any tension in your lower back and also to get some space into the hip joint. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.
We hope you enjoyed that piece of Yoga with Barbara. But for now, Almost Live
is almost over. But if you missed it, never fear. Almost Live airs every morning, noon, and night on channel 1304 in Telluride and channel 12 in Mountain Village.
Or you can find us on YouTube or Facebook anytime at Telluride TV. But for now, over to some live music with William Boxcar Smethurst.
This is a song I wrote about being single in Telluride. Just got into town a bit down on my luck. Thought I'd stop in for a beer down at the Buck. Maybe meet somebody to help me through tonight. Realized competition was gonna be just like a sword fight each night. A tube snake scuffle when you're trying to fit into her puzzle. Saw that girl, she was standing in a corner. Too many dudes trying to get on her. Then she looked my way and I thought that I might have a chance. Then the three musketeers were chopping up my chance. It was a sword fight each night. A tube snake scuffle when you're trying to fit into her puzzle. Oh no, no. Clock on the wall's reading 9:45, and the jukebox plays the same song again. Well, it sounds a little out of tune, 'cause there still ain't no chick
snakes in the room, it's just a sword fight each night. A tube snake scuffle when you're trying to fit, when you're trying to fit all night.